in the unit circles with their highest being in the $650,000 Circle of Excellence. She is a 3-time Cadillac Achiever and has 30 gold medals during her career. Her highest director commission for 1 month is $24,000. Please welcome Independent Future Executive Senior Sales Director, Heather Daniel Kidd. Overwhelmed, very nervous, extremely grateful, and completely excited, but mostly honored to be up here with you guys. You know, I'm not a professional motivational speaker. Christy Campbell should be. Priscilla McFeeters was. But what I lack in finesse, like I'm totally gonna make up with sheer enthusiasm and just a real raw story for you guys tonight. Yeah. Okay. So, I know that I was called for such a time as this. I know that I am supposed to be up here because God wanted my message to be shared tonight. I know it. I can feel His hand in our unit. I can feel it in my people. I can feel it in my life. This is awesome. This is the coolest thing ever. The second reason I know I'm supposed to be up here is because I have to publicly thank my happy faces. That's my unit, that's why I said happy's my song. So please, ladies, please stand up and get the recognition that you guys deserve for being absolutely amazing. And another group that I would love to recognize are my fun directors. They're back there in the back. Raise their hands, Elizabeth and Stephanie and Heidi and Brenda. You know, they don't get to be on paper part of this first $1 million year, but guys, you are my rock. You are my sounding board. You are my safe place to cry, and most importantly, my safe place to laugh. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, the third reason I know I'm supposed to be up here is to give you guys hope. There's a lot of different kinds of people in the room tonight, and the first one are my new consultants. Give me somebody who just their first event. Raise your hand. Okay. Guys, you probably walked in here and was like, what the what? You're laughing because it's true. It's a little bit loud, it's a little bit clappy, it's a little bit smiley, and it's a little bit huggy. All things I thought were really weird before Mary Kay. There's another group of you guys that you guys are flying high. Man, things are going awesome. Things are just rocking and rolling, but you're ready to take that next step. And the third group of you guys, maybe been around for a little bit, and you're a little bit stuck, and you're a little bit frustrated, and you're probably a lot of bit mad and sad, and loss of energy, and apathetic. To all of those groups, I've been exactly where you are, okay? So my message tonight is to tell you if you are obedient to the calling that you feel in your spirit, and if you are obedient to using the gifts and the talents that God gave you, there is more for you than you can possibly imagine. God has bigger plans for you than your current circumstances. Okay, so I was thinking about the privilege of talking with 3,000 of my closest friends. That'd be you. So I started to think about the beginning of why I decided to be a part of Mary Kay. I just celebrated my 12-year anniversary, and I was a juvenile officer in inner city Jackson County. Super fun, huh? And if you knew me back then, don't tell me, because that's not a good thing. Not at all. So here's the thing, though, guys. It's what I always wanted to do. I went through 6 years of college to do exactly what I was doing. And 3 years in, I cried every day before work. I was hopeless. I was $65,000 in debt, making $11.72 an hour. Any math majors? How fast can you declare bankruptcy? Not kidding. Frank's like, yeah, I ran those numbers. It wasn't good. And the thing is I was trapped by I'm the only person that got myself there. And I had just gotten engaged to Frank 2 weeks before I started Mary Kay. And Frank, please raise your hand, because y'all know he's like the greatest human being ever. So at these transitional moments in your life, and I started to look at my life merging with his life of debt-free, own your own house, own your own company, and he's marrying this. Like, it scared me for the first time ever. I'm sure he was a lot more terrified than I was. But not only was I broke monetarily, but I was sad and mad and frustrated and empty. But I had no idea how to articulate it. I didn't know there could be anything different. And here's my little confession. I don't think that if I was at rock bottom, I really would have looked at Mary Kay seriously. And so I know that that was exactly where I was supposed to be at that point. So I was not the poster child for Mary Kay. I'm not the beautiful physical specimen you see here today. No sales experience, no makeup experience, except for a great deal of black eyeliner. Great deal of black eyeliner. And I had no leadership experience. I just knew that I had more to give. I had more to offer. I knew there was a giant within that she was just pounded down by life. Life, she's a mean old girl sometimes. She can lie to you. She can make you believe that the way you were raised, your family, the town that you live in, your paychecks, what you look like, what size clothing you are, define who you are. Life told me that you just get a job and pay your bills. You don't have to like it, and you certainly don't have to love it. You just do it. Life taught me that other people's opinions of you are true. You are who people think you are. Life taught me that you don't trust people. People are selfish and greedy and manipulative and unforgiving. Life taught me that you do just enough to get by, that you always struggle. Life taught me not to show the real Heather. Keep her hidden and don't let anybody see her. Life taught me that she wouldn't be liked, much less accepted and loved. Life taught me that struggling is what people like us do. Life taught me that marriage wasn't forever, it was just for right now. Life taught me that it was weak to ask for help. Life taught me that it's best not to have dreams because it'll come true anyway. Life taught me that people from Independence, Missouri, they don't make six-figure incomes. That's true. There's one that does. Life taught me that people like us don't take their husbands to trips to Maui and Rome and Venice. Life taught me that I should never dream about fingers dripping with diamonds, free cars, and friends that love you for who you really are. You know what? Life was wrong. Man, life was just my circumstances, and that did not define my worth and my gifts. If you want to change your circumstances, you have to change your beliefs. If you want to change your beliefs, you have to change the people that you're surrounded by. Put yourself in the presence of women and mentors that will help change those lies that life tells you. One of the most influential people in my life is Roxy Corsi. Where is she? She's raising her celebrator. And honestly, she was one of the very first people in my whole life that saw me for who God created me to be, not for who life told me I was. So something as simple as a Mary Kay meeting and the women that are there showed me that my beliefs were off. They were not serving to anyone else, and they certainly were not serving to me. That first meeting, even though it was very uncomfortable, it was super weird. I didn't know anybody, and I sat back like this. I think I really did do that. But that I knew in my gut that I needed to be there. I knew it was where I was supposed to be. Nothing on paper made sense. I mean, Frank gave me the $100 to start Mary Kay. He said, just pay for it. You don't know. You don't know I pay my cell phone bill with my credit card. They let you do that, by the way. Guys, I went, that culture, what we have in this room, I went to all my meetings, I went to all my events, and I always brought guests with me because I knew that if I felt that way in this group, that other people would too. I worked the numbers so I wouldn't get disappointed. I was a fragile being, so I had to protect myself at all costs, and I always learned from the very beginning, just work the numbers. I fell in love with Mary Kay products. I fell in love with putting them on faces. You know, Mary Kay Ash said that sales is just the transfer of enthusiasm. I have never considered myself a salesperson, but I do consider myself a very excited person. I didn't wait till I had it all figured out because I still don't. I didn't wait till I knew all the ingredients to every product because I still don't. I just followed the business and the leaders in front of me. I worked and I worked hard. I knew this business was about products, faces, and relationships. So that's what I focused on. So even in that hot mess stage, when I earned my first car in 4 months. So what that shows me is that no one is above or below the activity and the work that it takes to achieve success. Now I worked until my past caught up to me. You know, Mary Kay, entrepreneurship in general, will highlight your strengths and your weaknesses. When I could no longer cover them up, I don't think I was doing a very good job anyway, or cope with them, I had to go do something about it. And for me, that was about a year of counseling. I'm pretty lucky that I just got out under a year. But I knew I wanted to be different, and I knew that there was more to me, and I wasn't living in the gifts, and I wasn't being a leader to my people. So for the first time in my life, because of Mary Kay, I broke that pattern of bailing when things got hard. I stuck it out. But I knew that if I was going to stick it out, things had to change. And I knew Mary Kay and the opportunity in front of me was worth fighting for. So I continued to work. And when I was in doubt, I did a party. And when I struggled, I did a power start. That's 30 phases in a month. And you could tell I really struggled because I did power starts for 5 years. I literally worked myself to what you see up here today, both in really growing myself as a person, and investing in yourself is the best thing that you can do. Your people, your customers, and your team members, and your family, and your parents, and your husband, and your kids, they deserve the best you, a healthy you. So maybe for you, though, it's not as serious as counseling. I hope for you it's as simple as just being a better time manager, or a better emotional manager, or getting a different circle of influence. Maybe you just need to grow your contacts. But there's 5 things in Mary Kay that you have to have. And you have got to be the best booker ever. You have to book parties and appointments. Get great at it. You have to sell this product. You have to coach your appointments. You have to recruit amazing people. And you've got to lead them. You know, a lot of the missing piece that I see from consultants and sometimes even directors is just the level of commitment. And that commitment statement looks like, I'm in no matter what. No matter what, I'm in. But too many times I hear, well, if this works, then I'll do more. Or if she signs up, well, then I'll go for a jacket. Or I can't move forward if my husband's not on board. You have to be committed before your husband's on board. Did you know that? Right? That men need cars in their driveway, do they not? Preferably pink. They love them. You know, those are very emotional statements. They are not committed discipline statements. Don't give your power to other people. Don't let the fate of your business rest in somebody else's hands. You know, the people around you know if you're committed or not. I can tell from your Facebook posts if you're committed or not. I really can. You know exactly what people are doing with their time and their energy because of what they're posting on there. It's not a secret. And this business is really hard if you're 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Really hard. People will not follow someone who is wavering and unsteady. So stop asking what everybody else thinks, what goal you should have, should you go to an event or not, and stop looking around for the BBD. Bigger, better deal. The people that make this look so easy, and you know them, It's just because they're very committed to their vision. They're committed to their dreams. So you need to commit to the hope that you can have a different life. Commit to being the you that God created you to be, not other people's opinions or expectations of you. Mary Kay needs you, your uniqueness, your message. And Mary Kay gives us a platform of influence. You can help change people's beliefs. You can show them that life is wrong. They don't have to settle, and they can have more. And how do you do that? You lead by example. You change your beliefs. You don't settle, and you go get more. Let's put Mary Kay's words to heart and put action behind them. Let's go enrich women's lives. Let's pass it on. You know, I believe that God has placed a dream in your heart, or else you wouldn't be at this conference right now. And since He has already given you the talents and the gifts to achieve it. So go steward those gifts. But it's not going to be easy. We're going to leave here and we're going to go right back into life and all her stuff. And we're going to walk right into a great big fat wall of pushback. It's going to be hard because it's hard to live a disciplined life in a world of sloppy. It is hard to be excellent in a world of okay. It's hard to be a light in a world of darkness. But we were chosen for such a time as